Hi, it's Grace with Devotions from the Dock. I was reading from Judges 6 and really studying into the life of Gideon, not just this morning, but for the last while. What a fascinating story his is. But in Judges 6, verse 27, Gideon went to his father's yard at God's command, and he took down the Asherah pole and he established an altar to the Lord in its place. And it's interesting to me that in verse 27 it says, he took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord had commanded. But he did it at night because he was afraid of the other members of his father's household and the people of the town. So God had given him a command, and Gideon did it. He took friends along with him, and he did it at night. Now, I think it's interesting in that verse where it just says, he did it afraid. That's a favorite phrase of mine because I've had to do it afraid at times. When I went to my first writers' conference, for instance, I sat at the kitchen table and cried the day before I left because I was so unsure of how that would all play out and where God was taking me with this. But I did it afraid at God's command. So I've done it many times, whether it be leading a Zoom Bible study that I started up last summer. What else? Going overseas, doing training overseas, training teams to go overseas. All of those things I do afraid. In fact, every time I sit down to write a new book, I do it afraid. My fear is, what if I can't complete it? What if I can't come up with enough words? What if I can't make the deadline? But I do it afraid, believing that God has called me to do it and he will equip me to do it. That's what Gideon did. So what is God asking you to do? What has he asked you to do? Maybe it's to teach a class or go back to school or lead a Zoom study, join a small group for the first time, go and talk to your neighbor, maybe share the gospel with somebody that's on your heart. Maybe it's to quit your job and start a new one. Who knows? Maybe it's to move to a different location. But whatever it is, whatever is God asking you to do, don't hesitate to do it, even if you have to do it afraid, because he will be with you. That's what he said to Gideon several times. I will be with you. That's what he said to Moses too, and Moses was afraid. I will be with you. And that's what matters most. So do it afraid and know that God is with you and he will see you through. Have a great evening and know you are loved.